The crowd here at Ascot trying to get a vantage point to see the horses who are making their way from the right there, the pre-parade, down the walkway to the paddock. And the one thing about Royal Ascot makes it unique really is it's 5 days of sustained brilliance. We roll on to day 4 tomorrow, Group 1 action in the Commonwealth Cup, then the Coronation Stakes. Opening show, as always this week, 9 a.m. on ITV4, it'll be 9:30 on Saturday. Live action starts on ITV4 at 1:30. So now the tension gets cranked up a notch. A race that dates back to 1807. It's Royal Ascot's signature race. It's time for the Gold Cup.
A set now for the Gold Cup.
Yates has gone for home now. Yates has outclassed them. Yates wins the Ascot Gold Cup. Stradivarius moved to the lead. A vintage Gold Cup. Stradivarius beat the Zeraban.
We doff our hats to Stradivarius and John Gosden.
He has the heart and the class to win on any ground.
Yates is 2 in front. Yates back-to-back winners of the Ascot Gold Cup.
We've never had a horse with as big a heart as he has.
Now Stradivarius hits full stride. Has his place in history. Back-to-back Gold Cups.
We'll go down as one of the great stairs.
The daddy of them all has to be Yates.
A great three-way battle. Yates is going to go on and win the 3rd Gold Cup.
He's a great horse. He's the heart of a lion.
The solo performance. Stradivarius, one of the greatest stayers in the modern era, lands his 3rd Gold Cup.
I didn't think any horse would do what Yates was able to do.
But Johnny Murtha has gone for home. It's Yates that goes to the top of a long list of Ascot greats. A stayer supreme and immortal. He wins his 4th Ascot Gold Cup.
We'll try for Yates' record.
A staying great is now a staying immortal. He did it 4 times. Johnny Murtha, who rode him to victory twice, will be joining us very shortly. And there he is having a word with Frankie. I wonder what he's saying. And let's not forget that John Gosden has already won 4 times with that horse here at Royal Ascot. You can add a Queen's Vase to his 3 Gold Cups. I wonder if she's got him in the pre-parade. Adele.
Frankie Dettori set to be reunited with one of his oldest friends, and here he is. I've been so excited for this moment. Stradivarius, look at him, he's in the pre-parade ring ahead of the Gold Cup. There's absolutely nothing to not like about Stradivarius. Now, he hasn't done anything vocal. I haven't seen any negatives about him at all in the pre-parade ring, but he has just come in, but he's walking around very quietly. He's nice and calm. I can't wait to see him out on the track in the Gold Cup. Hopefully, fingers crossed, he matches Yates's record with 4 wins in this race. But there he is, walking around the parade ring, nice, calm, collected, nothing to not like about him. Just fingers crossed that himself and Frankie Dettori get their date with destiny.
Horses are in the paddock. I can't wait to have my look at Stradivarius. This is Spanish Mission, however, who looks fantastic. And I imagine he's quite a juicy price. He was the winner of the Yorkshire Cup last time out. I think he went off at decent odds that day too. He, since he moved to the Andrew Balding stable, he's almost become a different horse. He's absolutely loving life. First time at the trip, however, for him, up to 2.5 miles. Number 10, this is Santiago. He was a Queen's Vase winner at Ascot and an Irish Derby winner. So that just gives you a feel for the quality of horses in the race. Jason said that the Coolmore boys don't really want that record of Yates's being equalled by Stradivarius, so they're putting in a lot of ammunition. He's one of them. Shamie Heffernan takes the ride. He was second to Spanish Mission last time out. Number 9, Emperor of the Sun. Now, son Donica trains this one, and he's by Galileo. And interestingly, he's a half-brother to Zoustar. For anyone who likes their pedigree, Zoustar himself a sprinter by Northern Meteor and a sire of sprinters. Number 7, wow, this one's a big, strong individual. This is Arun Navian from the Aidan O'Brien stable. I don't think we've seen the best of him. I think a trip and what he's got today could see the best of him.
So the centrepiece of the week, the Group 1 Gold Cup, part of the British Champions Series, the stayers section. And boy, you have to stay to win a Gold Cup. 2.5 miles. The longest Group 1 in the calendar in the country. Number 1 is Nayef Road for Ben Curtis. 2 Rip Van Lips for James Doyle and Andy Zuberich, representing Germany. 3 is Spanish Mission Will Buick. 4 Stradivarius, looking for this 4th success in the race, Frankie Dettori. 5 Trushan, non-runner, pretty late on, the rain didn't arrive in time. 6 Twilight Payment for Tom Marquand. 7 Aurora Navian for Wayne Lawden and Aidan O'Brien, 3rd in the Derby. 8 Ben Lilly, Kevin Stott. 9 Emperor of the Sun, Gavin Ryan, when Aurora Navian was 3rd, Santiago won. Santiago for Shamie Heffernan. Serpentine won the Derby that Aurora Navian was 3rd in, and Serpentine becomes the first Derby winner to run in the race since 1970. Were he to win it, it would be the first time since the wartime years. Brian Moore rides Serpentine. Number 12 is Subjectivist for Joe Flanagan. 13 Princess Zoe adds a bit of colour to the field. A grey, Joey Sheridan, one of the most popular stayers in training, and trained by Tony Mullins. So without number 5, Trushan, leaves the field of 12. So why is this such a unique test? Well, it's the distance primarily, 2.5 miles. Climbs steadily towards the winning line, downhill to Swindley Bottom, uphill from home, and it's that final climb, 3/4 of a mile, often run at an unrelenting pace, that makes this the unique test of the thoroughbred amongst the staying trip. Yates has 4 to his name, Stradivarius currently 3. Will it be 4 all in half an hour's time?
Let's see a few more here. This is number 2, Rip Van Lips, who's on his toes in the parade ring. He runs for Andreas Suborix, ex-jockey, now trainer. He's a German raider. Number 11, this is Serpentine, Samantha Ryan Moore. Remember him winning the Derby from the front last year. Very rare to get a Derby winner in the Gold Cup. He is a fascinating contender, especially stepping up to this extreme distance of 2.5 miles. He's on his toes, but let's just spin back and find another flashy chestnut. Yep, it's Stradivarius. Look at him, 7 years old now. He's still an entire and not a care in the world. He's got his trusty handlers on both sides, wandering around like he wouldn't even know he's here at Ascot for his date with Destiny, looking for his 4th Gold Cup. He looks fantastic. Number 1 is Nayef Road. This one goes for Mark Johnson. He was actually 2nd in the Gold Cup to Stradivarius last year, but his last couple of performances not so great. Twilight Payment, the Melbourne Cup winner. He is good over 2 miles. He was down under. Doesn't look the pick of the paddock to me. And number 13, that's Princess Zoe, who is the apple of her trainer's eye, Tony Mullins.
Well, alongside me is Bjorn Nielsen, and of course, this must be quite tense times for you, Bjorn, because we know how much you love Stradivarius, how much all of us here love Stradivarius. So describe your emotions now, if you can.
Well, fairly calm at this moment, but we'll see at the 4 furlong marker how he's travelling, and then we'll see if we get uptight or not.
Obviously, the return run just looked as if it's put him straight in his absolute peak condition for today. Do you feel that's the impression you're getting from Frankie and John and Thady, that he's improved enormously from that comeback?
Trainer's very happy with the way he's been training. You know, he came off those 2 hard races last year in very bad ground, and the question mark was, you know, what he was going to do this year off of those 2 disappointments. And you know, he came back there and he did it very easily, and he worked 10 days ago and went extremely well. He's a happy horse, and they're very confident that he'll run a good race anyway.
I don't know how much you believe in fate and serendipity, but someone's just pointed out to me, this is race 4, horse number 4 is Stradivarius, going for Gold Cup win number 4.
Let's hope it works out that way.
Bjorn, thank you so much for talking to us.
Okay.
Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Stradivarius was 4-5 when winning this race last year. For coincidence backers, he's about 4-5 right now. He's won it at evens and 7-4 as well. Subjectivist at 11-2. On a Spanish Mission at 7. The Derby winner Serpentine at 11. Santiago at 14. Twilight Payment, Brilliant Abroad at 16. Emperor of the Sun at 16. The fantastic Princess Zoe at 33. And it's 40-1 bar. Stradivarius set to hit all the right notes once again.
And now, as promised, joining us is the man who's won this race 5 times, 2 of them on Yates. And as you watch Stradivarius there, Johnny, I remember your interviews on Yates. You always say he grew a foot when he came into the paddock. This was his stage. Do you like the way Stradivarius is just taking us all in his stride?
Yeah, well, he's a very chilled out character. He's a bit of a, you know, he's not a care in the world, Ed. I like that about him. Like Yates, the distance brings out the best in these horses. Stepping up to 2.5 mile. He's been there, he's done it before, and that'll play key in this race. With a lot of horses, will they stay, will they not stay? He will definitely stay.
And when you won that 4th one, as you see the parade here, did you think then this will never happen again?
Oh, Ed, when I won that, I says there's no horse will do that again. No, I didn't think, like, to get them back to Royal Ascot to run 4 times is unbelievable. To be turning up again to win 4 Gold Cups in a row, yeah, he hasn't won it yet, but I think he has a chance of doing it.
In a field, you can see the parade here. There's Spanish Mission, containing a Dubai Gold Cup winner, Yorkshire Cup, Melbourne Cup, Gold Cup, obviously, Irish Derby, Prix de Cadran. It's all there. There's Santiago. How tough a test is this going to be?
Well, that was actually my question for Jason. I think we've said that each time he's run, haven't we? Thought last year, Melbourne Cup winner, tough competition he's got to take on this year, and they put that race to bed by 10 lengths he beat Nayef Road. But I do feel like this year it is probably his toughest test.
Absolutely, it's his toughest. Well, the boys, the Irish lads are coming over, and they've got two Derby winners, a Melbourne Cup winner. Johnny was mentioning, also the Derby third last year, Johnny. You can mention his name for me.
Ron Naveen.
And that is?
Good name, but, it doesn't match up to his name. That's the Irish national anthem, so he obviously was hitting the right notes at home to get a name like that.
I like the pun there, but there are lots of horses here, especially the Irish contingent, stepping up in trip, so it's a bit of a question mark over some of their heads. We don't know how good they could be. Is there any that could actually turn out to be a bit of a staying star?
There's one there that really improved. There's Emperor of the Sun, Jason.
Yeah, that's him.
He stepped up. He's a 4-year-old, so you're looking for some of the younger brigades to see can they catch Stradivarius. Getting a bit old in the tooth, but for me, he never kills himself. He's got plenty in the locker.
And he's so wonderfully versatile tactically, isn't he? He can quicken up off a slow pace. He can maintain a strong gallop. Wherever Frankie wants to have him in the run, he's got a very willing partner.
But it's a new test today with younger, hungrier opponents, and he's going to have to bring his A game to win 4 Gold Cups.
Amazing piece in the Daily Mail by Dominic King about the miles he's covered on the Newmarket Gallop, 7,000 of them. The prize money, 28 runs. Will it be an 18th win for that wonderful 7-year-old? And we're about to be joined on the main channel, the Gold Cup this year on both ITV channels. To those joining us on the main channel, great to have you on board. Sit tight, because we could be about to see something very special. Stradivarius in shot there, ridden by Frankie Dettori, going down to post, looking for a 4th Gold Cup to get on that honours board once again, and be only the 2nd horse to do that in the 214-year history of the race, alongside Francesca Cumani and myself, Jason Weaver, who won the Gold Cup, and Johnny Murtagh, who won this great race 5 times, 2 of them on Yates. Johnny, how is this going to play out?
Well, listen, Ed, as I said, there's a lot of young pretenders here. I met Frankie earlier. I says, John Goslin's in great form. We know the horse has done it before, so there's only one man to get blamed today, is the jockey. So I was putting a bit of pressure on him, but he says he's up for it. They'll all take him on, but you'll see from the turn in, the staying power. That's where they all drop away. The horses that stay will come to the fore, and he can go off a slow pace, he can go off a fast pace. It's going to be something to watch.
And we were expecting, Johnny, 28 mils of rain overnight. That didn't come, so it's still on the lively side, but it's taken that real sting out of the ground if there was any out there yesterday. That is also in his favour, isn't it? Because he's quick.
Yeah, John Gosling always said good ground, good to firm ground is his ideal ground, because he has the one thing that some of these might not have, is a turn of foot. All those good horses that I've ridden always had a turn of foot. They can go to the 2 marker nicely, but when you push that button, the acceleration is there to get you clear of the opposition. So, hey, yeah, everything is in his favour today, but it is the Ascot Gold Cup, a big test again.
If If you've been watching the football and you're new to racing, this is as good as it gets, the Gold Cup. It's a Grade 1, it's over 2.5 miles, one for specialists. That's Ben Lilly going through shot. Subjectivist in the green there of Dr. Walker for Mark Johnson, who's won 3 Gold Cups, Joe Fanning riding, and Frankie coming into shot on Stradivarius. Down at the start for us is Luke Harvey.
Just heard Frankie saying he's going to keep Stradivarius away from all the others. We'll walk down next to him. He looks absolutely magnificent, this lad. He knows he's been there before. Frankie gives him a pat down the neck. Frankie just said, I hope he wakes up. He's going to wake up. Don't worry about it. Come on, we'll have a really nice look at him. You don't get often a privilege to get this close to this great a horse. He's absolutely fantastic. Look at him. He just knows what he's here for. He's just got that look about him. Here we go again. He knows he's better than the rest. They're just tightening up his surcingle. There's an overgirth that goes over the top of the saddle just to keep that in place. And he's just going to be kept away from the others. But what an honour to be near a horse of that quality. Wow. Go on, my son.
Our paddock expert, Ken Pitterson, has been watching the horses with great intensity as they went around the paddock. Ken, what are your thoughts on Stradivarius?
Yeah, he has come on from his first one at Sandown. He looked a little bit tubby that day. He's tightened up. He knows his space at the back of his hand, and he's taken it all in his stride. So, yeah, he looks in fantastic shape.
Any negatives?
Not with him, not at all. I couldn't find anything wrong with him at all. I thought he looked nice and chilled.
Well, all the positives then for Stradivarius. Thanks, Ken.
Thanks.
4 to 5 the favourite, 6 to 1 Subjectivist, 7 to 1 Bar. Final thoughts, Johnny Murtagh.
Well, Frankie Dettorio's ridden 75 75 winners at Royal Ascot, but this is the most important one. This is out of Frankie now. This is all about Stradivarius. He needs to win this to make him 4 Gold Cups. Like, only one horse has done it before.
Selections team, Francesca, you first. Who's going to win the Gold Cup?
Oh, Stradivarius. It's simple. He's going to emulate Yates's record. He's a super chilled out horse. Frankie can put him anywhere. I think it's going to be a great race, but I expect him to win.
Jason Weaver.
I want everybody to enjoy a slice of history. As much as Johnny Murtagh thinks he can get it done, he doesn't want to give up the record either. Let's see if we can have it.
Matt Market.
He's solid at 4 to 5. There were was for Santiago 16, 14, 12, but he's now out to 14 to 1.
Here we go then, in the company of our big race caller, Richard Hoyles.
Stradivarius, interesting saying Frankie just hopes he wakes up. He's been much more settled in the preliminaries today. Group 1 contest, Gold Cup centrepiece of Royal Ascot 2021. They're all loaded away, 2.5 miles in front of the field. They all break out okay. On the outside, Emperor of the Sun was the most lethargic. Royal Navian towards the inside with the white cap. You can see that 6 pole, the 6 furlongs, 3/4 of a mile, and in one complete circuit, Stradivarius settles in midfield, black cap, or black jacket with the yellow cap. So early on, Royal Navian and being pursued by Subjectivist. Twilight Payment and Naef Road are staying wide of the others. Twilight Payment's in the white cheek pieces, Naef Road the blue jacket. 5th place for Rip Van Lips. Midfield at the moment, the dark colours of Serpentine. Previous Derby winner ahead of Princess Zoe, who is just eclipsing Stradivarius, who's about 8th at the moment. And the back markers include Santiago early on as they make their way up the home straight. Also towards the outside, Emperor of the Sun. Ben Lilly is the complete back marker as they continue their progress and race now towards the final 2 furlongs and then 1 complete circuit. So out in the lead, Royal Navian shows the way by a length from Subjectivist in 2nd, and now they're beginning to come together with one group, with Twilight Payment in 3rd and Rip Van Lips in 4th. That leading group of 6 completed by Naef Road, and then in 6th place is Serpentine, and then there's a break to the rear 6 with Stradivarius racing on the inside at this stage of Princess Zoe as they continue their progress, and they're being followed through by the likes of Spanish Mission, who's on the outside of Santiago, and the last 2, Ben Lilly, who's just having to be ridden along the outsider to keep up with the gallop, and races on the inside of Emperor of the Sun. So they're making their way towards the final 1.5 miles. Royal Navian setting just an even pace. Subjectivist in 2nd place, not really yet applying any significant pressure as they make the turn. Racing in 3rd, Rip Van Lips on the inside of Twilight Payment. Naef Road is on the outside of Serpentine, with Stradivarius still content to sit just in midfield. In 7th on the inside of Princess Zoe as they begin the descent and now begin to head towards the final 1.3 miles. Spanish Mission makes a place past Santiago, Emperor of the Sun Sun is still towards the back with Ben Lilly, and they're stretched out by around about 12 to 15 lengths as they continue to run downhill, and that'll lead to an increase in the tempo, not because the rider's pressing on, you can see 12.57, just because they're on the descent to Swinley Bottom. Settled into this even gallop, being set by Royal Ascot for Wayne Lorden, leading by a length from Subjectivist in second for Joe Fanning. Racing in third is Twilight Payment, Tom Marquand on the outside of Britt Van Lips and James Doyle, and the pace just beginning to steady. Fifth for Nayef Road and Ben Curtis just ahead of Serpentine, who races in sixth place under Ryan Moore. Stradivarius on the inside running rail for Frankie Dettori, on the inner of Princess Zoe as they turn at Swinley Bottom. Joey Sheridan is on the Princess Zoe, a couple of lengths then back to Spanish Mission, and towards the back Ben Lilly, Graham Lee is pushing along right at the rear. So Royal Ascot has the lead as they begin the steady climb. At this stage, in terms of track position, he's still got a good 8 to 10 lengths over Stradivarius as they climb now and into the final 3/4 of a mile. Royal Ascot has the lead. Subjectivist in second, Twilight Payment races in third. In fourth place, Rip Van Lips, a couple of lengths then to Nayef Road, who's just taken a little wider. Serpentine is next, still no move from Stradivarius in seventh place on the inside of Princess Zoe. Then Spanish Mission with Santiago, and they've now dropped Ben Lilly, climbing uphill steadily now. Royal Ascot has the lead. Subjectivist poised for Joe Fanning on the leader's quarters. The rear division are making ground. Stradivarius, Princess Zoe, but Stradivarius will have to pick his way through traffic, and there's a fair bit of it on the home turn. When Subjectivist kicks, Stradivarius is buried away. Subjectivist has the lead from Twilight Payment to Royal Ascot, dropping back through the field into Stradivarius' lap, and now it will be a mountain to climb for Stradivarius as they turn for home. Subjectivist has the brakes, and it's a 4-length lead. He has over in second Nayef Road, then Princess Zoe. Stradivarius is now out in the clear, and he's trying to reduce the margin. Spanish Mission in third place with Subjectivist out in the lead. Subjectivist by 3 lengths from in second place Princess Zoe. Stradivarius' time is running out as Subjectivist still has a 5-length lead, and it is not diminishing. Subjectivist for Joe Fanning, and Mark Johnston is coming clear and will win the Gold Cup. Subjectivist beat Princess Zoe, Spanish Mission. Stradivarius, number 4, his Gold Cup 4th attempt, he finished 4th. Didn't get the brakes off the home turn, couldn't recover that ground. Emperor of the Sun was next from Nayef Road, Santiago, Serpentine, Twilight Payment, Rip Van Lips of Royal Ascot, and still to cross the line, Ben Lilly. Subjectivist Joe Fanning sat outside the lead, and when a Royal Ascot dropped back through the field, he ended in Stradivarius' lap. May have cost him second, possibly didn't cost him the win, but it certainly didn't help. Great run, Princess Zoe in second place, an absolutely superb performance, but for Stradivarius it didn't go to plan. But for Subjectivist, Mark Johnston, and the man on board, Joe Fanning, he started off as a jumps jockey just like Jim Crowley and Graham Lee. Graham, of course, has won this race before. He knew when to kick. Subjectivist galloped all the way to the line and won the Gold Cup.
And Richard, it looks like he could gallop round another circuit. A brilliant performance. And the Scottish-born, Hong Kong-based owner, Dr. Jim Walker, has won the Gold Cup. Stradivarius is beaten. Joe Fanning is a Gold Cup winner. Mark Johnson wins it for a 4th time in a fascinating tactical race, Johnny Murtagh.
Yeah, it was tactical. The winner sat up there second all the way. I thought they were going okay, but the one in front wasn't really able to go that fast, so maybe they weren't. But when Joe Fanning let him go at the top of the straight head, you could see he kicked clear. Frankie was in a bit of a pocket. He got a bit of a bump at a vital stage off the bend, and when he got out it looked like he was coming, but he just didn't seem to have that same kick as he usually does. But take nothing away from the winner. He was up there all the way, a brilliant winner in Dubai earlier in the year, and Mark Johnson's horses, Jason, you know, when they get on the front, they're hard to catch.
Oh yeah, they do not come back. They don't lie down at all. Pre-Royal Oak towards the back end of last year, the Gold Cup over in Dubai as well, and now the home Gold Cup, the big one for the Johnson team again.
We'll hear from Joe Fanning in just a moment, but I described it as a fairy tale earlier today. Princess Zoe, how big a performance is that from her?
Unbelievable, Ed. And coming here today, Tony Mullins was adamant that he wasn't going to run her if the rain didn't come. They got 3 mils, he took a chance, and boy has he been repaired. She is a very, very classy stayer, and in all fairness to her, she ran huge to finish second on ground that probably was on the fast side for what fairy tale stuff.
Really is. Look at the grey running on in second there. Spanish Mission on the outside, Stradivarius on the inside. But that is a brilliant performance from the winner, Subjectivist. when Mark Johnson, as you see, get in front, they don't come back. And there was that key moment, as you say, when Richard Hoyles on commentary pointed out that traffic.
Yeah, it's you know, you can't get stopped in these big races. You need that nice steady flow, go when you want to go, and you can see Frankie here, he's on the inside. There's a few getting tightened in front of him. He's looking for a gap. There's no gap there. Princess Zoe is keeping her position, and then all of a sudden, gap's not there. Frankie has to sit in the saddle, gets bumped about a bit. Did it cost him the race? I don't know.
I'd be interested to see what he does. What he does say about it in the end, because just on that point, Joe was freewheeling away.
Matt?
Well, Joe Fanning is 50 years old. He's ridden nearly 3,000 winners. Joe, this surely, though, is the one that'll give you the most satisfaction.
Yeah, he is. He's been a great horse this year. Even last year, he just keeps improving, you know, so he's very good.
Joe, when you kicked off the bend, did you think to yourself, you know, something really good would have to happen here to someone to pick me up?
I did, because like sort of 5 out before the home bend, I was able to get breeders into him, fill him up, and I always thought it'd take a very good one to get by him, you know.
And it's a cliche, but Mark Johnston, we always think they'll keep going. Were you absolutely confident in his stamina?
I was, to be fair. Like, he always, like, in Dubai and that, good ground. And, like, he was always doing his best work near the end, so we always thought, I never felt that was an issue, or I think ground as well. He'd go on any ground, you know.
Joe, you're a quietly spoken, very modest man always, but inside are you absolutely thumping?
Oh, great, yeah, it's great for the yard, and Dr. Jim, he's a brilliant owner with us for years, and even when they run bad, he's very good, and
there's a bucket of water coming, Joe. I'm worried it's for me. Well done anyway. You are the Ascot Gold Cup winning jockey.
Thank you very much.
It was for me.
And he's a popular man as well. If you watch the Derby, you'll remember the weighing room. All the jockeys coming out to salute Adam Kirby. Well, I can see to my left, jockeys coming out to salute Joe Fanning. There they are. Franny Norton's there. Rab Havlin, who won a big race earlier today, coming out to salute a popular winner. Subjectivist won the Gold Cup at 13-2. Princess Zoe, fantastic that is. Second at 28-1. Spanish Mission was third at 7. Stradivarius was fourth. Mark Johnson, the winning trainer on the left. Oh, that's what this sport's all about. John Gosden beaten.
Well done.
His wife with a kiss for Mark Johnson as well. But this is a huge result for Mark and son Charlie. Well done as well to David Hickin there, the groom on the right. They always look immaculate, the Johnson team grooms, in the smart waistcoat. And what a thrill this must be to lead in a Gold Cup winner at Royal Ascot. And I hope Barry Hearn and his wife are watching, Francesca.
I hope so too, because they are the very proud breeders of this horse, Subjectivist. You'll remember we've mentioned Sir Ron Priestley a few times already this year on ITV. He is the brother to Subjectivist, so that is a great result for the mare of Subjectivist, reckoning actually the sire, Teofilo, led by Georgia.
It is so good to have a crowd back on the racecourse. Royal Ascot this year, a test event as we salute the Gold Cup winner with Joe Fanning riding. The jockey's here to salute him. Subjectivist is our winner. Johnny, it's been the year of the veterans, hasn't it, really? Frankie, Kevin Manning, now Joe Fanning.
Yeah, I was in the apprentice school with Joe Fanning, brilliant guy, very unassuming, you know what I mean? Lets his ride and do the talking. Great on the front end with Mark Johnson. He knows those Mark Johnson horses so well. And you can just see, Ed, by the esteem he's held by the jockeys. That's very special for the jockeys to come out and do that, Jason. Like, when you're a jockey and you come into a reception like that from your peers, I think that's extra special.
No, that's the absolute best. And we saw it. We were lucky enough to see it twice this year. year. Adam Kirby in the Derby. Joe's gone out there. Everybody's thinking, oh, you know, the talk was all about Stradivarius. And of course, Joe just went about his job. Up on the front end, no trouble, clear run, kick for home, head down going, and a brilliant result.
I think Dr. Walker might be here. We'll try and find out. Rishi will try and dig him out, because we've been interviewing owners on Zoom, for over a year now, because they haven't been able to be at the races for a long time. I hope he's here. I remember speaking to him on Zoom. He said, I've only got two real interests outside of work and family. Very successful businessman. They are Greenock Morton, the football, and horse racing. Now he's owning a Gold Cup winner.
And with a horse like this, and Johnny mentioned he won over in Dubai. He hadn't actually seen him on the course back in England this year. He won the Dubai Gold Cup in really impressive style. We've been waiting quite a long time to see him, and a lot of people touted him as the potential danger to Stradivarius today, and he has duly delivered. I have to say, that ride on the front, spectacular.
Who did he finish second to on his racecourse debut over 7 furlongs? Juan Elcano.
Who won for you yesterday. Rishi!
The winning owner, Dr. Jim Walker, alongside trainer Mark Johnston. A fabulous moment. This is familiar territory for Mark, but Jim, what about you?
For me, no. It's nice to be in the winning enclosure at Ascot for once.
And what was it like for you watching today as he skipped for home, turning into the straight?
It was almost a rerun of the Dubai Gold Cup. I just thought at that point Joe had him, and it was going to be everything else that was going to have to try and catch him, and that's hard.
And to win a Gold Cup,
I know.
What does that mean?
Well, it's the pinnacle, because this is my division staying, same as Mark. So fantastic.
Mark, a fabulous training performance, because of course this horse hasn't run since that excellent performance in Dubai. Confidence levels into today, how high were they?
I couldn't say confident, no, more hopeful. I thought that he was the best horse we'd taken Stradivarius on with, but we had a scare, just after the Dubai race, straight after the Dubai race. So he's missed quite a bit of work after that, and then he fell on the road in Midland just the other day. You see his knees and his hocks are skinned. So we've had a few scares along the way. Normally we'd have had a race in between. So, but we've gone in there. Probably good that the rain stayed off and the ground remained fast. You don't see performances like that really in soft ground, and it's a sad day for Stradivarius. So I know what it feels like when a champion like that goes under, but it's going to happen one day, and I'm just glad it's us that did it.
I've seen a few of your Gold Cup winning jockeys around, Johnny Mercer, Jason Weaver and Kevin Darley, but a word about Joe Fanning and what today means for him.
Absolutely fantastic, absolutely. I think it's his third Group 1, so he's not new to this entirely, but he's waited till the sort of twilight of his career, and he deserved it long ago, and you really see him at his best there. We talk about, or everybody talks about Steve Cawthon as a great front-running jockey. I always put Jason Weaver up in the same sort of league, although he wasn't around for so long. But I don't think there's anybody better than Joe Fanning. He's absolutely perfect at setting the pace. People kept saying, is he going to lead today? Is he not going to lead today? However many thousands of runners Joe's had for us, and we never tell him where he's got to be in the field, and just perfect pace all the way around.
It was perfect result for you. Well done, Mark. Well done, Jim. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thrill for Jim. There's the hero who will now get the best welfare care. We washed down, looked after. Scotland 1, England 0. That ahead of the big game on Friday evening, live on ITV.
So we touched on it already, the fact that Subjectivist is by Teofilo, reckoning the dam. He's a brother to Sir Ron Priestley. Jim Bolger's Teofilo, he's featuring there in the paddock, in the pedigree. And Maskell Stud were responsible for breeding him. And he only cost $62,000 as a yearling.